Well, come on then. Who's the greatest? Who actually is the greatest? Well, this was a question that Jesus' disciples were arguing about on the road once, and he interjected into the conversation in the most incredible way. I'm going to share that in a minute. Welcome to Midweek Connect from Elim Church Romsey. My name is Dave Walker. I am the pastor of this great church, Elim Church Romsey in Middlebridge Street, Romsey. You're welcome to come and join us this Sunday. Be great to see you. We have been going through a series in Mark's Gospel called, funnily enough, Magnificent Moments in Mark, where I major on a seemingly small part of Scripture and bring something great out of it. But who is the greatest? Who would you say would have said that he was the greatest? Well, if you think back, those of you who remember, back from the 50s and 60s, there was a boxer called Muhammad Ali, who said, "I am the greatest. I am the greatest." And myself, I don't feel that there was ever a moment in my life where I thought that I was really great at anything. I kind of looked at myself and thought, I'm not that brilliant. But let's look at this particular passage of Scripture and see, more importantly, how it will encourage you today. Mark 9:33 to 37, not a massive part of Scripture. Here we go. They came to Capernaum. When he was in the house, he asked them, this is Jesus, "What were you arguing about on the road?" He probably knew anyway, because he's Jesus. But they kept quiet because on the way they had argued about who was the greatest. Sitting down, Jesus called the 12 and said, "If anyone wants to be first, he must be very last and the servant of all." Wow. That really challenges me. He took a little child and had him stand among them. Taking him in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me does not welcome me, but the one who sent me." That's incredible. Jesus always gets into a conversation and turns things around. Well, here's a situation where Jesus took somebody who would have seen themselves as being insignificant. Let me tell you now, this you may find crazy, but even though I'm the leader of a church, I see myself as very insignificant and I have to be reminded occasionally that God does love me. I know he loves me. He tells me in Scripture anyway. But there's I suppose a lesson in this, that God is calling us to welcome those who are insignificant, who see themselves as being insignificant. We recently had a gentleman who unfortunately fell over outside of our church. He wasn't a member of our church, but I sort of went along to help him, and there was two other ladies there who were with him on the street, and they were very apologetic about the fact that they had to sort of get me out of the building to help them and give them some water. And they said, "Oh, we're taking you from your work." And I said, "Excuse me, this is my work. My work is to be involved with those people who are insignificant." That's what Jesus did, and that's what I'm learning to do myself. Many, many years ago, when I was living in the Channel Islands, the church that I was at the time, there was a cliff nearby, and there was a landslide, and the sort of land came down the cliff, and it affected one of two houses. And what we said was to the local people, we said, "Look, it's probably going to be okay, but if you find that you cannot go into your house tonight because of the landslide, you can come along to our church, and we'll get sleeping bags, we'll get tea and coffee, sandwiches, and we'll look after you." And this woman said, no way. I'm not good enough to go into a church. I can't do that. And I thought to myself, isn't that incredible how people see themselves in certain ways? And I would say to you right now, how do you see yourself? Because maybe you see yourself as a Christian or non-Christian, maybe you see yourself as not being that important. For God, that's a good starting point. God can deal with your brokenness and your seeming insignificance and your lack of strength and your just inability to do anything or focus on anything or to believe that anything will happen. God can start with you and God can meet with you. Maybe you yourself are somebody who thinks this Christian thing just isn't my bag. I'm not good enough. That's the great starting point. Listen, Jesus welcomes ordinary people. And if you are living in Middlebridge Street or in Romsey or anywhere, you are welcome here anyway. Just, excuse me, come along as you are. Be part of our fellowship. Come in as you are with your problems, with your hang-ups. Have a cup of tea with us. Be part of the service. We're a very normal church service, I would say, with music, and I share, or somebody shares the word in the middle of it. And you are welcome to come along as you are. We don't pry into your business, and if we can help you at the end of it and help you in some small way, or give you a lift or whatever, or assist you, then we'll do that. And if we can't do it, then we'll just talk about the football or the weather. Both of which at the moment aren't brilliant, but it's good to see you. So what I've shared just is part of a series on magnificent moments in Mark, where my title was, who is the greatest? I would say the greatest is Jesus, but the greatest, basically what Jesus said in this conversation is, look, whoever is the greatest wants to be the greatest, should become the least among you. I don't know about you, but that teaches me to look after people who are normal. People who are ordinary, people who are lowly, people who are depressed, people who just don't think they're anything. Guess what? Because if that's you, you're in good company here, because I'm just normal as well. I'm just an ordinary person, and you are welcome to come along. Come along and join us at Elim Church Romsey, Middlebridge Street this Sunday. Come along early to get a seat, but come on anyway, and we'll welcome you in as you are, and we look forward to seeing you at Elim Church Romsey, Middlebridge Street this Sunday. Thank you for listening to Midweek Connect this week. God bless you.